me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. Let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime, in the between time, I'm going to give some shots out to the early birds. Yeah. What's up, James? Melanin Fire. What's up? What's up? What's up? Jessica, what it do? Run with it. Run with it. What's up, Steve? Y'all smash that like button up. All right, fam, I'm about to get into it. I'm going in. Going in, since they playing with my channel, not letting my views come in. I'm going in. So, we got Clayton Howard, the man who is suing Cassie Ventura for giving him a sexually transmitted disease and also tricking him into having sex while she was on her cycle. Yeah, fam. The man said that the room was dark, so he had no way of knowing Cassie was on her period. But Cassie told him later that's what the deal was. He also talked about how they were having a freak off and they were all asleep and Cassie woke up ready to go. And he said him and Diddy was tired. He said he and Diddy was tired, but Cassie was like, let's go. She wanted some more. The man said Cassie ain't the innocent person she's portraying. He said she went in that courtroom and she didn't tell the full story. She told some of the story. So yeah, he is suing Cassie and Diddy. But right now, he's on Cassie's head because Cassie has a lot of female supporters, and he specifically called out the black female supporters who are victim shaming him. He said these are the same women who say don't victim shame, but when it comes to men, they victim shame. And I ain't gonna lie, fam. I gotta call a strike and a ball a ball. Women, you know I love you, I love you, I love you for real. Yeah, man, can't live without you. But some of y'all are acting like hypocrites. Yeah, man. Some of y'all are victim shaming because y'all always say, believe the victim. And the moment a man don't believe the victim, y'all say, well, what if it happened to your daughter? What if it happened to your mama? What if it happened to your wife? What if, So, let me ask the same question. What if it happened to your son? What if it happened to your son? What if it happened to your man, your brother? You see? Dude had a lot to say. He said, yeah, I am Dave. That's what he called himself. That's what he went by. He said, I'm Dave. And I'm the man that's suing Cassie Ventura. Y'all women jumping online. He said specifically black women. Black women, this ain't me now. You know, I don't want no trouble with y'all. He said specifically black women. He said, y'all attacking how I look and all that stuff. He said, I didn't have to look the best. He said, I didn't have to look the best. I was the best in bed. Ooh, that's a bar right there, y'all. Y'all gotta admit, ladies, that's a bar. That's a bar. I didn't have to look the best. I was the best in bed. Yeah. He said, let me tell you specifically, these are his words. Sandra Ventura, your idol, did this to herself. She exposed herself to liability when she got on that stand and decided to mention me as the male escort who was with her when she overdosed and Diddy made her have sex with him. That was a lie. People, that was a lie, people. Cassie had just woke up from sleeping 8 hours. Myself and Sean Combs were exhausted. We wanted to go home. Cassie's the one who forced that sexual encounter. People, she tells you that Sean Combs made her have sex on her menstrual cycle. I can't speak for anyone else but myself. But I know the one time that it did happen, Cassie made it happen. But wait, there's more. He said, Sean Combs was not responsible for that. Cassie is a drunken, intoxicated, hormonally imbalanced state due to her period. He said she was in a drunken, intoxicated, hormonally imbalanced state due to her period, manipulated and forced herself on me during the menstrual cycle. And what I mean by that is I had no knowledge she was on her menstrual cycle because the room was completely dark. She manipulated the room. She manipulated the environment to get what she wanted. And then she totally got up like I was the one should have been grateful. You're on your period. That's disgusting. And I deserve more respect than that. Yeah, ladies. All right, ladies, y'all know how it go. If it's a female, if it's a female, you know, you got to believe the victim, right? You got to believe the victim. You got to keep that same energy. Isn't that what being honorable is about? Keeping that same energy. Sometimes we do hypocritical stuff, but we try not to do it on purpose, right? We try not to be hypocrites. Dude said Cassie brought this on herself. She should have taken her $30 million and went on about her business. But instead, she tried to destroy Diddy after she got her money, and then she went out there and tried to destroy Diddy. And then he cited this old adage that he who seeks revenge digs himself 2 graves, meaning that oftentimes when we seek revenge to try to harm someone else, we end up harming ourselves. And that's exactly what happened in this case. Cassie went out of her way after she got paid $30 million. She should have been like, okay, I'm done. I got it. I stuck it to him. I shamed him. I ruined his reputation. He lost $500 million. $500 million. I got him good. I got him. Nah, man, she wanted to destroy him. She wanted him to spend the rest of his life in prison. So by her getting on that stand and mentioning those escorts' names, she exposed herself to liability from those escorts. And this is just the first escort who's suing her. I'll bet you $1 to a donut there will be more. There will be more. Oh, they coming for that 30 million. They coming for that money. What's up, China Carter? Nick True, what it do? Ruth Tyler, what's up, Ruth? T. Gallagher, spitting fire. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. China, what's up, Double Tap TV? Entrepreneur, yeah, got an entrepreneur in the house. Rashawn Damon. I was, look, who said that, Ruth? I was looking at Cassie. I was already looking at Cassie different. See, when I look at people, I look at people's character. I don't just look at the exterior. I don't just look at how cute they look and, you know, what their skin color, all that stuff. That stuff is irrelevant when you're talking about character. So I look at their character. And for a woman to participate in hundreds of sex acts, even if she is doing it at the behest of her guy because she wants to make him happy, it says something about her character, and that tells me she is not completely innocent. I think it's important for us, like, to understand that we can hold Cassie accountable for her role in the freak-offs, and that doesn't mean dismissing her as a victim. You did? We can hold her accountable for her role in the freak-off and not dismiss her as being a victim. Two things can be true. It means recognizing that people can be both a victim and an assailant. People can be both harmed and harm others, right? You can harm and harm others. We can take this all the way back to slavery or either further, but I like to stop it right there. You know, there were slaves who were being harmed, who harmed other slaves at the behest of their master. There were slaves out there on the horses with whips, cracking whips on the backs of children. Yeah, they were being harmed. And they went out there and harmed others. So that ain't no different than what Cassie doing or what she did. Cassie, I think most people will agree Cassie was harmed. I think there's no doubt about it. Most people will concede she was harmed. But she graduated to harming others. And for that, she should be held accountable, just as anybody else would be held accountable. Dr. Umar Johnson said, a lot of y'all ride with Cassie because she mixed. Ooh-wee. Umar said a lot of you are riding with Cassie because she's mixed race. Ooh-wee. He said if Cassie was Lizzo, y'all would be saying She got what she was. I mean, she got what she deserved. She could have left. That's her fault. Supporting victims means telling the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. Right now, Clayton Howard is a victim. And for some of us, it's uncomfortable to support a man who was involved in pretty much pimping himself out. It's hard for us to wrap our head around that. If it was a woman, it would be easy. No problem. Yes, she deserves relief. Yes, I believe her immediately. But because it's a man, now, I'm going to tell you why I believe him. The dude just laid out his case very fluidly. He wasn't doing no he wasn't doing no stumbling, he wasn't trying to think about what he was gonna say or whatever. The man was like, yo, this is the case. And he ended with this. Check this out. He said that he wants to make his case. He's going to make his case before a jury of his peers. And thanks to Cassie's testimony, he's going to be able to prove his case. Remember, Cassie said his name. She the one drug him into this. If Cassie had never mentioned his name, if she had never drug him into that, it's quite possible he would have never filed a lawsuit against her. Oh, she's going to have to give up some of that money. She's going to have to give up some of that money. She ain't keeping all that money. She's going to have to give some of that money up. And Clayton Howard is a sharp dude. He's sharp. She's going to have to pay him. Oh, yeah. Because if he went to a lawyer and a lawyer said, oh, I don't know what to do, he's smart enough to say, oh, no, I got a case. I'm taking this somewhere else. Oh, yeah, he's going to get paid. I can promise you that. And he knows how to articulate his case. You know, when you come across people like that, you're not gonna be able to play with them like that. Oh, she's gonna have to stroke that check. Now, I wonder if one or two more people came along with the feds, file a new case against Cassie. Man, tell me I'm reading this wrong. Tell me I'm reading this information wrong. Let's see. What's going on, y'all? Cassie got immunity for the Diddy case. Cassie got immunity for the Diddy case for what she did in association with that Diddy case. Yeah, they probably not gonna bring charges. They probably won't bring charges. They probably won't bring criminal charges against her. But that's the feds. The state can still bring charges against her. The feds granted her immunity. The state doesn't have to. Somebody said if Cassie and her husband gets divorced, does her husband get 15 million? Nope. Cassie don't even get 15 million because first and foremost, the lawyer got a third of that money. So that brought her down to 20 million. And then you give Uncle Sam his cut. In fact, Uncle Sam get his off the top, just like the lawyer. So the lawyer gets his 10 million. So now she got 20. She got 20. So then Uncle Sam gets his. Now she down to about 12. She's down to about 12. And then I'm sure her husband, you know, he worked it out with her. He probably helped to orchestrate it, give him his cut, whatever they agreed to. I don't know what's left, y'all. But she probably ain't starting with. She probably starting around 12, somewhere between 10 and 12 million. Is where her starting point is. Should a divorce come, which it will come, it's gonna happen. You just don't know when. She got at least $10 million, which puts her once again in different rooms. Somebody said, what? Okay, China got him. Just reminding y'all that the block party has started. Some of you uncivilized mutts, I want you to understand that you will not be able to run rampant. You will not be able to go AWOL. You will not be able to run amok in this comment section. You will be blocked and disrespected and ignored like your daddy did you at birth when he looked at your face. Now you come over here like you got some sense, you good. We can agree to disagree, and you can voice your opinions, but you're gonna have to act like you got some home training even if you don't. And the best thing to do if you don't have any home training is to just try your best to read the comments if you know how to read. That's it. Don't come over here with that foolishness. Prosecutors use, hold on, who we got here? Rick said Willie blocking is bad for business. You must don't know me. I don't give a damn about what's bad for business. It's about maintaining the integrity of the channel. So if somebody don't like what's going on over here and they come over here being disrespectful, they getting blocked. It's about maintaining the good energy. Like we like good energy over here. We're not gonna do all that. You, there's plenty of places to go where you can do that. I understand that if I left it wide open, if I just made it wide open, let people just go off and go reckless, I know I probably have 10 million more subscribers. You know, I already know that. But they can have that, man. I'd rather protect my energy. You know, the subscribers I get will be the subscribers I get. What's for me gonna be for me. And you know, whoever get it, get it. Whoever don't. Let them go somewhere else. There's so many places they can go besides coming over here. They do not have to come over here. YouTube has 51 million channels. Choose one. And for any woman out there that get offended by me saying Cassie need to be held accountable, I love you anyway. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Ain't nothing you can do about it. I love you anyway. You get mad at me ain't gonna make me mad at you. You know, I just know that some people feel the way that they feel, and they're gonna feel the way they feel. And you got a right to feel that way, just like I got a right to feel the way I feel. I respect your right to feel the way you feel. You know, you should respect my right to feel the way I feel. But if you don't, I ain't got no problem with that. I'm good. But it's not gonna make me lie. It's not gonna make me be silent for anybody to be comfortable. I'm gonna speak on it just like I speak on it when we dealing with crooked police officers. And you got people that don't like me to talk about that. I'm gonna speak on it like I speak on it when we talk about the crooked politicians, crooked businessmen, the Karens, the Kens, the uncivilized mutts in our community. I'm gonna speak on it. And every time I speak on it, somebody gonna get mad. I understand that. That's a risk I'm willing to take. It still ain't gonna stop me from loving you. When I do go after the uncivilized mutts in the neighborhood and I call them out, it ain't gonna stop me from loving the people, you know, who are their family members who are not behaving the way that they behave. It ain't gonna stop me from loving them. I'm gonna still keep it 1,000. But I gotta call a strike and a ball a ball. So that's the risk you take when you tell the truth. I could easily jump on here and just simp out, cater to the women. Yeah, get him. Yeah, did it wrong. And who is this sucker named Clayton Howard? Man, get that fool out of here, man. Believe women and all that. I could easily do that. You know, I could easily be like some of these dudes who be just lying to women and saying whatever they want women to hear. Let me tell you something, fam. Lying to women pays good. I mean, damn good. But it don't benefit women. It might make them feel good when people lie to them, but it don't give them the information that they need to make proper decisions. You know, it don't. Like, there are guys on YouTube who get on here and lie every day. On Instagram, just be lying. On TikTok, just be lying and saying whatever a woman want to hear. And behind closed doors, they be talking about women like dogs. Yeah. It's a total manipulation game because they know that there are women out there who just want them to lie to them and make it sound fly to them. They know that. So they just ride that little wave and get paid. Years ago, I was at a theater in Atlanta, backstage. We had a show. I had a show with the Ghetto Boys later that night. And there was a famous singer who was in the back with us. We were in this big space in the back, this wide open space. It was not the green room. It was this big open space where that's adjacent to the loading dock. And we're sitting at the table talking to the promoter, right? Well, hold on, let me back up. They were sitting at the table. Everybody else was sitting at the table talking to the promoter. I walked in and I sat next to this guy who the women love, because he be saying all the right things they want to hear. I sat next to him. And I can't say I'm not going to tell you exactly what I said to him, because then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And I really don't want to put him on blast like this, but I got to tell the story to educate. So I said, such and such, I'll just say something about not being a gentleman, right? I said something along those lines. And he turned to me. Now I said what I had to say so everybody could hear. He turned to me, and in my ear, in earshot, he ain't like go in my ear like that, but he just turned right to me and he said, I just be telling these bitches what they want to hear. Just like that. So it's dudes that get paid to do that. All day, every day. They get paid to do that. And I don't see how that really benefits women. Because if you out here lying, then you got people might think that they're doing the right thing when they're doing the wrong thing. You might have them thinking that whatever they're doing, then there's no real consequences to bad behavior. So I believe in calling a strike and a ball a ball. I believe in being straight up with a woman and giving her an opportunity to make a choice. I believe in giving women the choice to make. If she want to get up and walk out that door, then that's the chance I got to take. Because I do know that even though you can lie to a woman and be cool and everything and be cool, when she finds out the truth, she's going to be pissed. And that's why a lot of times women be looking for revenge when dudes lie to them. I just be straight up with them. I'm going to tell them straight up, hey, this is what it is. Take it or leave it. And I can't count the times that women just decided, you know what, I like you because you straight up. At least you told the truth. Most dudes in your position, especially when you're getting ready to get some, right? When you getting ready to get some, you right there. Some dudes just say anything to keep it moving, right? To get it in. I'm like, man, I'm gonna keep it a buck the whole time. Cause I think you're gonna have more problems. I think lying creates more problems. So I'd rather just be straight up and deal with whatever the consequences are. What's up, TJ? China say that's why a lot of women dislike Kevin Samuels, because he told the truth. Ain't that something? Because women will say, we want you to tell the truth. But then when you tell the truth, a lot of times they get offended. But I think more than Kevin Samuels telling the truth, I think it's the way he told the truth. You know, he didn't roll off the tongue easy. You know what I'm saying? Like he went straight in. He was brash. He was direct. And even though the information was in pocket most of the times, it was the delivery that pissed a lot of women off. It was the delivery. I remember my own sister called me one day. She said, "Ooh, he making me. No, what she say? This is the first. This is when she contacted me when she first heard about Kevin Samuels, and she asked me, "Do you know this guy named Kevin Samuels?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "What you think about him?" I say, "What you think about him?" She said, "I think he got me reassessing my shit. I thought I had it going on. Shit, I gotta go get my shit together." But see, my sister real. She's solid. She really honest with herself. And she said she listened to him, and she was like, yeah, he made me have to he made me reassess my shit. Shit, I thought I had it going on. Shit, I got to bring my shit down some. I've got to bring my expectations down some. Yeah, man, that happened for real. Warner Foundation. Let me tell you why I think let me tell you why I think Cassie's husband married her, and why he's still with her, like after everything he found out about her. Number one, he got caught up in her looks. And she cried on his shoulder. And he wanted the boss's woman. There's dudes out there that pursue the boss woman. Diddy was the boss. And he wanted the boss's woman. It's like, oh, damn, she off limits. Oh, damn, this girl is beautiful, man. Whoa, I wish I had a woman like that. She started crying on his shoulder. They started clicking. Boom. Now, he got the boss's woman. He ain't got no money. She ain't got no money. But they got each other. Right? Now Cassie got somebody who don't care nothing about her past. Somebody who can accept everything she's done in the past. All of that freaking, all them different men running up in her. She got a dude who would accept all of that. I'm sure she didn't tell him about all of the dudes who ran up in her. She probably just, she probably didn't even really tell him about the whole freak off experience until right before she had to. When the folks came and she knew she was going to have to testify, she probably broke it down, and he was like, shit, I'm like, oh, man, we two kids in deep now. Shit, hey, we in deep. I'm in too deep. I'm in it now. So, boom, he stayed with her. And now she got the other baby. Now other stuff is coming out. Now he looking like, now the world know that your woman was letting strange men pee in her mouth. The world know that your woman had sores in her mouth from STDs. The world know your woman had multiple urinary tract infections. The world know that your woman slept with hundreds of men. That's going to be a problem. That is going to be a problem. It is going to create trust issues, And y'all know how this go, fam. No trust, no relationship. Sounds good. Oh man, she got a guy. He's accepting her for everything that she went through, and he loves her anyway. And I'm just saying that's gonna create trust issues because he got to know. Damn, she left. She left Ryan Leslie for Diddy. She left Diddy for me. Who's she gonna leave me for? That's gonna be on his mind. That is going to be on his mind. I can guarantee you that. And that's a hard pill to swallow. When you got somebody who you believe that anybody really is qualified to take her from you. We know she like billionaires, she like millionaires, she like dudes on their way up, struggling artists, and she like trainers, hey man, anybody got a shot. The gardener got a shot. The pool man got a shot. The AC man got a shot. The HVAC guy got a shot. The plumber got a shot. That's problematic. That's problematic. That's my time, fam. I appreciate y'all joining the live. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. I did hear a bit of news that shook me just now, and I'm not sure if it's true, but I'm going to do a little investigation and find out what's going on, and I'll get back with y'all. If it is true, I'm really going to come right back with another live. All right? So anyway, man, I appreciate y'all joining the live. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're in the world. No more talk.